You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Dumb and dangerous Trump battered on a mess now after setting off travel firestorm, based on an article by Tom Bogany. Subpoenas as cover for executive recklessness. The story: the Trump administration is reportedly using subpoenas against New York Times reporters after they wrote about serious vulnerabilities in the Qatari jet gifted to the president. On a mess now, VandeHei called the move dumb and dangerous and criticized conservatives applauding the VandeHei investigation. The basic pattern is clear. The reporting came after the fact, and the federal government is being used to punish disclosure, not prevent harm. Who actually has power? The power in this story sits with the White House and the Justice Department. They control the machinery being deployed here. Subpoenas, federal agents, intimidation by legal process. The reporters do not hold that power, nor does the newspaper they work for. The real decision maker is the administration that chose to attach state force to its own embarrassment. This is what executive overreach looks like in practice. Not a speech, not a slogan, a paperwork weapon pointed at journalists because they made the president look vulnerable. The real offense. The source material keeps the crucial fact in view. The reporting happened after the plane was already in play. That matters because it collapses the pretext. If the article had endangered the president before the fact, there would at least be an argument, however thin, about operational harm, but that is not what happened. The complaint is that the reporting exposed what everyone already should have known. The aircraft was not ready to meet Air Force One standards. So the administration is not responding to recklessness by correcting it. It is responding to exposure by punishing the messenger. That is not security. It is retaliation dressed up as security. The misdirection. The rhetorical trick here is familiar. Shift attention from the people with authority to the people who describe what authority did. VandeHei's point is the one the White House wants buried. The issue is not whether someone dislikes the New York Times. The issue is whether federal power is being normalized as a tool for intimidation whenever coverage lands too close to the truth. Conservatives cheering this should not pretend this is a special case. Once the state learns it can harass reporters for inconvenient reporting, the target will not stay conveniently partisan. The principle is the danger. The administration is building a precedent, and the applause is the fuel. What this reveals: the broader pattern is authoritarian self-protection. Do something reckless, get exposed, and turn the state inward on the people who revealed the recklessness. The press is not being treated as a watchdog. It is being treated as an obstacle to be disciplined. That is the deeper political meaning of the subpoenas. They do not merely signal contempt for journalists. They signal contempt for accountability itself. When federal power is used to protect presidential vanity from public scrutiny, the government stops functioning as an institution of democratic oversight and starts functioning as an enforcement arm for the man at the top. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw's story for today's article. With the automated voice of Lebritz, our thanks for listening.